Hello sluts. And by sluts I mean beautiful, empowered people who feel the strength and vitality to go out and do whatever they want, no matter what they look like or what they wear or how they come across to other people in their body. That's what I mean by slut. So it's been a hot minute since I've made a video, over 6 months I think, and yeah, a lot has changed. I'm sure not for me, but for everyone right now experiencing the pandemic and coming out through the other side, yeah, a lot has changed. Specifically for me, a lot has changed in terms of my job, my identity, and pretty much every single area of my life, actually. So I now identify as gender queer or gender fluid. I actually like both, and I kind of use them interchangeably. Not everyone does this, but for me that's personally how I'm choosing to go forward with these labels. What that basically means is I identify as both male and female. It's really funny because actually when I first came out as trans, I was like 18, so like 10 years ago, I actually came out as gender fluid. And after a while I was like, no, this isn't for me, I'm actually more a binary trans man, and I dropped that label. And now 10 years later I'm like, you know what, actually I think baby me was onto something, and actually that's kind of where I'm sitting right now. And I think it's interesting I've come to this conclusion only after I've started testosterone, which is going really well, by the way. Like, I love all the effects testosterone has had on me. The change to the body hair, my voice, pretty much everything that's happened on it has been like top, and I'm so grateful for it. I've also just realized that I feel equally as comfortable as a woman, also in terms of just like dressing as one, presenting as one, and everything else that comes with being a woman. I mean, I've spent a lot of my life having been perceived as a woman. I know what it's like to live as a woman, and I know the good things that come with experiencing life as a woman. And yeah, I feel like sometimes that is just how I want to live. I'd say roughly with me it's about a 70-30 split. Like, most of the time I am more than happy to be addressed as he, him. I live most of my daily life as a binary man. I go to work as a binary man. I do anything legal as a binary man, and that's fine. I am so happy with that. But yeah, just sometimes I like to be referred to as she, her, and look like this. I would actually say that this is much more of a drag look than the typical kind of feminine female presenting look I would do on a casual basis. To me, drag is anything that can be classed as performance, really big, really like out there stuff, anything I might go to a club in, or, you know, the stuff you see on Drag Race. You know, that's not most of them. There are some trans women on Drag Race, but most of them, they're not dressing as women. You know, drag is a performance art. It's creating something larger than life, and that's what I feel like this is. I would not go out in this normally, I don't think. Especially this makeup. It's quite a lot to put on lashes for me. I find it really annoying. So yeah, I would definitely not call this a casual look for me. I would class this as drag for me. But then again, a lot of women, non-binary people, genderqueer people, men, would wear this kind of makeup every day, and that's normal for them. So that's not drag for them. It very much depends on the person, I think. For me, this is drag, but I know a lot of people who would just kind of wear this to go grocery shopping, which is amazing, and I'm like, holy shit, you guys are just phenomenal. But yeah, I'm a lazy bastard, so no, not me. So the point of me making this video was just to, yeah, update you a bit on my life. I spent about the whole of lockdown in my house, barely leaving. the house. I was on furlough for months. I then lost my job. I then got a new job at a place that I really, really enjoy. I've had my first vaccine. I'm waiting for my second one, which I'll have at the end of this month, which means after that I will start going out and doing things again, which I'm very, very excited for. The thing that I'm probably most excited about, more than anything, aside from seeing my lovely friends and people, because God, I've missed people, is going to the gym. Working out. I really, really missed that. The point of this video I'm making is, as you can probably tell, I put on a lot of weight. A lot of weight. Yeah, a lot of weight. Again, everyone is different. I'm sure this size for other people would be like just regular normal. I have put on definitely more than a couple of stone. For me, in my body shape, my height, for me personally, I am overweight. And I know this because I basically spent a year in my house not exercising and eating crap because of depression. So, you know, if I was living my everyday life exercising like I used to do, going to the gym, going walking, I don't think this would have happened. And so because of that, I kind of want to talk a bit about weight and kind of accessibility and things like that. So like for ages I did not, as I say, I was on furlough. I did not really know where my money was coming from. I was in the house. My mental health was really fucking bad. And usually when I exercise, I dance. Dance is what I really enjoy doing. I love cardio. I would go to dance classes before the pandemic, and as you can imagine, that stopped. I stopped going to those. I couldn't go to those. Yeah, and I tried for a bit to work out in my house, but all our floors are carpet. They're carpet and they're horrible to dance on. I just couldn't. And after a while, I gave up. I honestly gave up. It wasn't fun. I was finding reality kind of more and more difficult to process, and the thought of it ending just seemed like it was never going to end. And that kind of made me give up on a lot of things, actually. I gave up on my health. I gave up on, most of the time, I wouldn't even change out of my pajamas. I would just be a depressed potato all day. For months, actually. And yeah, because of this, I put on a fuck ton of weight. So like, I guess what I want to talk about is like, yeah, like accessibility and the ability for people to be able to lose weight. Because like, in my new job now, I love it. The work is actually fantastic and I'm having a really good time. But I did take a huge pay cut with my new job. And as we all know, junk food en masse is very cheap. And when you're depressed and you're craving something for that little serotonin hit, and you don't drink much, you can't go out, you can't see people, that became my crutch. So I would just eat crap because it felt like the only thing that would give me a little bit of serotonin. And that became a lot. Honestly, I've had eating problems in the past. Various eating problems, from anorexia to really bad obesity, and everything in between. So food has always been a weird topic for me. It's annoying because I feel like just before the pandemic, I was doing really well. I had a really good grip on my eating habits. I was eating really healthy. Food wasn't a big deal. I was exercising regularly. I was really fit and healthy. It was great. And then this past year, I feel like everything's just kind of like slipped down into just mess again, basically just a mess. So yeah, I mean, like, accessibility to gyms. You need money for that. A good gym, you need a lot of money for that. In my last job, I was fortunate enough to have access to a gym, a good gym, as part of my work. So I went to the gym for free. I could go whenever I want. I went for free almost every day. And yeah, that was great. That was a huge perk. I also had access to little vegan shops where I could get my vegan stuff, you know, just around the corner from my work. That was great too. You know, with my new job, I'm really gonna have to think about if I can afford to go to a gym. If you can't afford to go to a gym, what other options do you have? You can go jogging or running. I hate jogging and running. I despise it. I let myself put on a fuck ton of weight rather than taking up jogging and running because I hate it that much. You know, not everyone likes all kinds of exercise, and you shouldn't really have to punish yourself to do something that you really dislike, because you're gonna be miserable. Like, the whole point of keeping fit is you should be able to find something you enjoy. But if you don't have money for a gym, the only other thing you can do is really work out in your house. And if you've not got a big house, space to work out, it's really hard. So, you know, money and mental health absolutely affect your level of fitness. And really don't let anyone tell you that it doesn't, because those two things, I know for me personally, made all the difference, and they do to loads of people's lives. Also, I'm sorry if you can see this weird plaster on my hand. I was getting dressed up in this drag, and I looked down and I was like, oh my god, there's blood everywhere. And I had somehow cut my finger and I had no idea how I did it, so that's that. I guess I have a stupid plaster on my hand now. Thanks, drag. And yeah, despite all this feeling crap, feeling sorry for myself, I was like, no, now is the time to start feeling better. I got dressed up today. I haven't done that in a really long time, because I felt ugly. I felt like shit. I didn't feel like I was attractive enough to do this, which is awful, because, you know, you can be beautiful no matter what size you are. I feel like I've got a lot of internalized fatphobia from everything. Society as a whole, growing up being bullied for being bigger, just, I mean, it's everything, isn't it? Society just tells you if you're big, you're lesser. You know, that's really a thing that you see everywhere, from the runways to magazines to media. It's everywhere, and you can't help but feel bad about that if you yourself are bigger. I certainly have. I do. I feel that way right now, to the point where I am scared to go back out and see my friends, because I'm worried they're gonna look at me and be like, oh god, he got fat, or she got fat, depending on how I'm dressed that day. Don't want to be friends with them because they're fat and ugly, and that's ridiculous. Okay, I know rationally that that is not the case, but society tells you if you're bigger, you're undesirable. So it's really hard to break out of that mindset, honestly. I guess, like, I would love to hear your stories if you've had a struggle with weight over this pandemic, if you haven't, if you found really good ways to work out, and how you've done that. And if you have had body issues, you know, how have you dealt with the feelings of undesirability that can sometimes really take hold of you and stop you from enjoying life? Because it can really stop you from going out there and living your best life, and I don't want that to happen. I'm hoping to get over this, and, you know, I am hoping to start working out again, because I do want to feel fit and healthy. I would ideally like to lose this weight and get back to how I was before the pandemic, but it sucks that in the meantime I feel like a lesser person because I'm bigger. No one should have to feel like that. No one should. So yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what you think. You can leave a comment, you can reply in another video, you can message me, we can talk about it. This is a very different note, but I just wanted to say that this eyeshadow that I'm wearing right now is this palette this palette, which I absolutely love. It's Revolution. It's called Cinnamon. It's fucking amazing. I love it so much. It's got all the best colours. I'm really into like autumnal browns, reds, oranges, so this really is the perfect palette for that. Look at that. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing. If you're also interested in this lipstick I'm wearing, it's also Revolution. This funky lipstick here, it looks like chocolate. It is chocolate fudge. I cannot remember if there's a line that looks like this. I'll put that info in the description if there is any more info on that, but it's so pretty, look. Love that. I guess I'll just give you some info on this. Oh god, I keep doing this and I'm like, ha, my sideburns, ha ha ha, there they are. I couldn't bear to get rid of them. I had to shave all my facial hair and moustache off for this, but I couldn't get rid of these. I just can't do it. Not yet. Yeah, this look. This, I'll put all the info for where, wig tangles, where this is from in the description. This, I did not buy this with this dress, but the oranges in it match perfectly. And I am so happy about that. This dress is actually a second-hand from Doll's Kill because I am never buying from them first-hand again. I bought this off Depop and I had to modify it actually, because actually it was, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fine because I'm massive, so this will fit me, but I actually had to modify the corset quite a lot because it was still too big on me, so, and it was a ball ache to edit, but I think I've done an alright job. Big titty himbo. Oh, I hate this. Oh my god, I can't believe I just gashed my finger open. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now. Thank you for watching, and I'm really interested to hear what you think, what your experiences are with weight and public perception of you versus how you feel in yourself. And personally, I look at big people and I think they're fucking gorgeous. I just can't see it in myself. So I'd like to get that confidence, I think. Thank you guys for listening. Stay sluts.